to Josh Adams.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another presentation of the Mystic Racing League and their Downtown Auto Sales Truck Series presented by Pest Busters. This time we're in Martinsville, Virginia for the Hudson Auto Works 200 here at the Paperclip. I'm your host and producer, Morgan Cook. Alongside me, as we'll have all season long, is Gavin Grubbs, Dougie Beard, providing the cameras for us, again, as we do all season long. Now, Gavin, we're here at a short track, one of the places that you enjoy racing on, Martinsville Speedway. But you may be one of the few after this race is over who had a good time here this evening.
Yeah, that is going to be one of the keys tonight, is you just brought it up and pitched it to me. Keeping your head on straight, not getting mad, because you're going to get hit. You're going to get moved up the track. Everybody is going to be fighting to get to that bottom lane every single lap. So when somebody moves you, don't take it personal and just keep moving. You'll get back to them eventually.
We may be the only two people safe here tonight up in the broadcast booth. This little half-mile racetrack, two drag strips separated by some of the tightest corners that stock car racing has to offer. They're made out of concrete for a reason, because the cars, if they were asphalt, would gouge the racetrack. The corner is so sharp. 11-degree banking in these corners, no banking on the front stretch. Opened in 1947, the oldest track continually run on the NASCAR circuits. Now let's have a look at the schedule. We're here at race number 5 next week. We'll scratch that 2 weeks from now. Another short track in North Wilkesboro. Not terribly far away from this one.
Yeah,
Talladega. Sorry, Gavin. The Talladega, Eldora for dirt racing, Bristol, Milwaukee, and Kentucky taking us to the end of April.
Yeah, those are going to all be fun races. I think I really enjoy racing at just about every track you name, especially Talladega to me. I love super speedway racing.
Definitely is an enjoyable art, which we saw at Daytona just a few weeks ago. Let's have a look at the point standings. Should be getting rolling here any moment. Race control having an extra long, there it is, an extra long drivers. We need to make sure drivers understand what's happening. Quick look at your points. Devin Curl, Christian Barnes, River Hayes lead the way here coming into this race. Well, now let's get down trackside, and it is time to look at the starting grid. Starting on the pole here this evening will be Christian Barnes in the 27. Devin Curl alongside, just mentioned those two as they're in the top 3 in points. Third to be River Hayes, also top 3 in points. Sean Merriman starts in the 4th spot. Row 3 belongs to Caleb Hunt and Jacob Cochran. 7th to be Gavin Hinson, and the 97, Rayshon Winkfield, starts in 8th. 9th to be Adam Holston in the 48. Dustin Lewis will start in the 10th position.
Row 6 sees Brad Nelson in the 33 truck with Isaac Brock starting 12th on his outside. Rolling off in the 13th position is Justin Miller and Derek Jewett in the 14th position in the 45 truck. Gary Baldwin Jr. starts 15th with Zach Davidson in 16th on his outside. Our 17th place starter is Seth Heyman, and Ashton Beam lines up 18th. And rounding out the top 20 is Zachary King and John Ullman.
Starting 21st this evening, James Sturdivant in the 08. Reggie Kime will start 22nd. 23rd, Douglas Wasaki in the 11. Zach White start 24th in that 77. 25th, Harold Tucker III. They call him Trey, right beside Alan Zukov in 26th. 27th, Tyner Willing in the 36th. Tyler Stevenson with a less than stellar qualifying effort will start 28th. And shotgun on the field, no time, Michael Wade in 29th. Trucks already pacing around Martinsville as we're going to get the 1 to green right here. Now, Gavin, 200 laps this evening. Sounds like a lot, should go by pretty quickly. Pit road speed 35 miles an hour, and this pit road takes up about 80% of the racetrack. 4 sets of tires, you can go about half the distance on fuel. Stage will be at lap 75, and of course, tier1setupshop.com setups as we've had all season long. Any words of wisdom before we get to the green in about a quarter mile?
Don't crash, don't get crashed.
Spoken like a true short track racer. 1 more lap, in fact, we're going to go here, so we got you a little bit rushed. We were ready. We're ready to go here on V-Speed. How about that intro?
Yeah, I was ready. I was on the edge of my seat, and now I'm just going to have to scoot back into my seat, lean back, grab a cold drink, and enjoy the show.
Yeah, save it for another, call it 40 seconds here until we get this thing ready to go. Field 2 by 2 all the way back. 29 trucks here tonight. If you want 30, if you want to include the pace truck, although hopefully he doesn't lead any more laps than just these ones. Should be bringing it down the pit road this time by. There we go. Field is in the hand of Christian Barnes and Devin Curl. For the first time tonight, we are green in Martinsville. Oh, look at the tire spin. That's going to push Barnes back to the 3rd row with all that tire spin.
Yeah, he's going to lose 5 spots, maybe more.
Definitely not the start we expected from the pole sitters. They're 3 wide, a little further back. Battles for 2nd. Merriman on the top. Hayes on the bottom. Early test to see how good the high side is tonight. Of course, you can defend out there if you're aggressive enough and can roll enough center speed. This car, from what I've been told, is fairly free. Davidson seems to be around. As Zach, we got a parking lot here in turn number 4. Zach White part of it.
He might be able to get it back. Nope, they're going to throw the caution.
Caution is out. What caused the first one of the day? So there's White. This is the car we saw 3 wide way up against the wall. I don't know where Davidson is.
He locks it up trying not to hit.
Zukov got him. Oh, Davidson's already around. Oh, one was up against the outside wall. Let's see what caused that spin. Looking at that
further up in the field.
Yeah, that black car or black truck with the gold trim. It's got Justin Miller behind him. Brad Nelson to his inside. Nelson get into him here? No, Miller got him. Yeah, Miller just went up and got him.
He had a little bit of damage there on the back end, but I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to be a problem here anyway.
Yeah, and then carbon copy of what happened to White. Just truck on the inside missed a little bit, got him in the left rear, and around they go.
Yeah, with as heavy as you're going to brake here, it's super easy to lock the brakes up and just whip the truck around.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely depends on brake bias here. You know that as well as anyone. Gavin, if you have that brake bias set too far to the back, car gets very light on entry. You have it set too far to the front, can't get turned into the corner. So you really have to find the happy medium for your driving style and your braking pressure, or else it's going to be a very long night for you.
Yeah, especially, you know, this is a fixed setup that was built for us here, and the brake bias is one of the only things that you can change to make the truck handle like you want.
Yeah, brake bias, steering ratio, and offset of the steering wheel are the only things you can change here this evening. And really the offset of the steering wheel is more of a preference thing than an actual speed gainer for you. So might be, I think we're choosing this time by cannot hit the center line where it crosses the start finish. See drivers weaving back and forth to avoid that dreaded middle.
Penalty.
Well, yeah, the penalty, but that dreaded middle dash line. Don't want to drive over that one. Looks like everyone's got it sorted out.
Yeah, we're going to add an extra lap of caution here just because of how long it takes to choose here and how short these caution laps are.
Yeah, about the shortest caution laps you're going to have anywhere. Maybe Bristol might have something to contend with, but track's basically the same size, and I think have the same pace speed, so probably about the same lap time for both of them. Under caution, I should say. Definitely not under green. Of course, Bristol about 4 to 5 seconds faster per lap than Paperclip. 8 laps in here at Martinsville. Got some love in the chat. $10 on Jacob Cochran. Oh, hey, he's running P6 after the choose. Probably a good pick so far. All right, we're going to get back to it. You're off of turn number 4. Slow roll into the zone, and Curl's got him. Oh, not a great start for Merriman.
Yeah, both restarts have seen one of the two drivers on the front row just not get up to speed, but I don't think it has anything to do with the line choice because we saw one, Christian Barnes, on the first start. He was on the inside. And
there goes Lewis in the inside wall. You're right, though, Gavin. I think it's more about just the gear is so short in first that you can't really stop on it.
Yeah.
And it makes the cars a little bit light when you try that.
Yeah, everybody got it back organized there in the back too, so that's going to be frustrating, having that car with some nose damage from hitting that inside wall, and you're staying green, and now you've lost almost all the track position you could possibly lose.
Yeah, right about that. There's Lewis. I don't think there's much nose damage on that car, so they're going to go 3 wide for a moment. Cotton's getting out of the way. The 9 is trying to bail on this battle.
You can think about 3 wide here, but you probably shouldn't do it.
Right. You can think about it, and that's about it. Absolutely.
Everybody's on their best behavior so far after that first caution. Everybody's filed in line and just riding right now.
Closest battle on the racetrack, if you want to call it that. All around, Harold Tucker III trying to chase down Douglas Wasaki for 19th. One driver I got my eye on here tonight is going to be Tyler Stevenson. And the reason for that is that not a great qualifying effort, not as good as we've expected to see. Of course, he ran very well at the Bull Ring a few weeks ago, the other short track we've had on the schedule. He currently is the biggest mover up +7 spots. I expect him to be fighting up in the top 10, possibly before the end of the first stage. But at the very least, before the end of the race, I expect this one to be up near the front. About to put a pass on the 41, who I think, is Ashton Beam in the 25 on your screen. Bit of an issue there with the right number. Beam falling backwards in a hurry. This little group here starting to lose touch. Gary Baldwin holding them up.
Yeah, that 41 truck we were just talking about just can't keep it off that outside wall. He's going to stop and reset. Maybe just calling it a night.
At the very least, going to take a break and see if he can figure out what he can do differently. Have another look at the racetrack. You can see the gap on the top of your screen. Car in the backstretch all by himself. That's the leader exiting turn 4 at the bottom. That is last running right now. It's not that far away from having the entire from having the conveyor belt happening, where you have cars nose to tail all the way around this racetrack.
Yeah, I always preferred the nickname of this racetrack to be, I always preferred to call it the conveyor belt than the paper clip, because it always seems like anytime we see those high sky cam shots from the blimp or helicopter, you know, it just cars all the way around this place. You can't tell who's leading if you're watching there in person. You just got to pick the car and watch.
Running aboard with Sean Merriman. Started 4th, down a couple.
Look at how low their RPMs are getting in the corners. They're not shifting.
No. With the tier1setupshop.com setups, I believe they made it so that the third gear is unusable in the center of the corner to try and curb the shifting, so to speak. And I think they've done that because it's clearly no drivers trying it right now. How low the RPMs are, like you said.
Which that makes sense from a competition standpoint. If we're not at a road course, nobody wants to be shifting on ovals. It's just not really that fun.
I would disagree at times. I think the next gen car proves quite good when it comes to shifting on mile and a half specifically. Here though, with only having really one line available and shifting, it makes it so difficult to pass and try to do so much at the same time that I can agree here not wanting to shift. But a place like Pocono, for example, that is, I think, a great track to shift on. Milwaukee's another good one. You could even say Gateway. Derek Jewett with an issue. 45's up in the outside wall. Let's see what happened to him. Oh, did he get Millered? Is it Miller time?
It might be Miller time. We're about to find out. And it is...
well, not yet, anyway.
Not Miller time yet.
Not Miller time yet. Oh, it's Miller time. Yeah, he got him.
Yeah,
he got him in a big way. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Now let's watch that again, because there was a close spot where it almost looked like netcode to me, but I think he did get into him after it. But when he pushed it in on the inside, it looked like maybe there was a tiny gap, but I don't know. I couldn't tell 100%.
We'll get back to live action as the leaders are in traffic. Oh, yeah. That's first and second, the 15 and the 82. Trying to work around some drivers at the back of the field. Putting Kime, Zukov, and White a lap down. Oh, Willing put him in a bad spot. It's going to allow Hayes to close. Oh, they're wrecking in front of him. Baldwin Jr.'s around in front of the leaders. Caution is out. We saw Baldwin Jr. and Wasaki racing before we panned away to watch the Jewett incident. I think Wasaki just lost it on his own. Oh no, they checked up in front of him. Big checkup 26 didn't notice. What happened in front of these guys? Let's have a check at Michael Wade. They all but stopped it on the exit of turn 4. Following behind Tucker, Stevenson, and Lewis. Someone here have a moment? Oh, it was Lewis had a big moment.
It's not the first time we've seen that truck get out of shape in turn 4. He might be a little bit aggressive on moving that brake bias to the back to get the truck to turn, and it might be locking up those rear tires on him.
Well, to be fair, the first time he got help in turn 4. So,
yes.
Yeah.
And right there, he was trying not to run anyone over there as well.
Yeah.
And you have to get heavy on the brake to avoid running somebody over.
Yeah, that's the problem with running high rear brake bias, is that if you try and stomp on the pedal to avoid an accident, just like you said, and you go a little bit over the brake threshold you've normally been hitting, it has a tendency to lock up the rear tires and get you wheel hopping, and then that's when you start to spin into corners instead of driving into corners with the rotation that you expect. So I would agree that that's probably what happened, is he stomped on the pedal to avoid hitting the 1, and it spun the back end around.
Yeah, when I come to tracks like this that are pretty flat with really, really tight corners,
Right.
I try to move that brake bias as far back as possible.
Right.
But when it gets to a point where the truck is sliding instead of turning, that's when it's going too far.
Absolutely. And the other thing about having a high rear brake bias is it allows you to get a deeper drive into the corner, because the more you slow down the rear of the car, or truck in this case, the faster you can stop. So it's a trade-off. You shorten your braking distance, but you make the car more, oh, so wrecking on the front stretch, my goodness. But you make it more unstable as you're braking. Just about had a wreck on the front stretch under choose.
So are you a guy, do you like to run your brakes far back, or
As far as I
forward?
can. As far as I can.
Or you-
I dial it in practice usually, based on track tips
Yeah.
and all that, so that I can hit the brake pedal with I can hit the brake pedal consistently and know that if I have to put in another 5 or 10%, it's not going to lock them up and spin, in case that exact thing happens to me, like what happened to Dustin Lewis. So I dial it in practice for sure. Yourself, what do? You high front, high rear brake bias person?
I'm a high rear. As soon as I get in a session, I'm backing the brakes up.
Right.
Probably 5 to 8% from the default.
Right. I hear you. Well, let's see who gets it dialed in here. Curl on the bottom, Cochran on the top. Oh, good jump for the outside. First time tonight we've seen the outside car stay with the inside car. Let's ship it off into turn number 1, and they are even off of turn 2.
He did a really good job rolling the center there. Almost looks like he had an advantage over Curl until they entered 3, but
And they're still alongside. Good exit, and as long as you're on the exit, it's very difficult to pinch or to get off the corner, because the driver on the outside pinches you down if you're Curl here. Still door to door. I think Cochran's going to have to concede here in a moment, as Hayes is already there. Yeah, conceding, but it took 2 laps. Good effort for the 51.
that was wise of him there to slide back into second place, because if he didn't just give up there, he could have easily fallen all the way back to fourth.
Yeah, I got freight trained in a hurry. Oh, driver, big issue there. That's Heyman. That car just took a violent left. We're wrecking. That's Nelson's around. Didn't see that one live. Does the caution come out for Brad Nelson? He's already disappeared from the session. Let's see what happened there. Although he's still there. So 33, right behind Hinson. Haven't mentioned him yet tonight. Big checkup. Isaac Brock had a moment. Nelson tried to get around him and just got to the back of Brock. Got on the curb trying to avoid any more issues, and then had to just kind of park it down there.
He tried to take an advantage of the mistakes in front of him and ended up making one himself on corner entry.
It's so easy to do here. Like, so you get out of rhythm just a little bit, you find yourself in a very bad spot as Field starting to stack up behind Jewett and King.
Stevenson's all the way up to 14th already.
Like I said, I expect him to be there.
On the outside.
Oh, big issue for Ullman.
Oh.
Hard on the inside wall.
He might be able to get it back going before the leaders get to him.
Check out the 34 here. He hit that wall hard.
Stacking up a little bit in front of him. Everybody's in a good spot now.
It happened on exit, too, which I thought was interesting. Might have got contact with the one. Caution is out. We'll see what happened in just a moment. Did just loose on his own.
Blocked? Yeah, just...
I think Isaac Brock is where this caution ended up happening. At least he was part of it. Oh, Cochran's around, too. What happened here to cause this accident? I don't see anything yet.
The 34 was... He spun completely around and had to get back going.
Oh,
so
the 95.
Piled into him. 95, another...
Something happened to the 51. So let's check out the 95 here. Oh, there it is. The 1 and the 95. Go back a little further here and see.
So this is where the 34 is going to get turned around here in just a second.
This was right around where we just saw Ullman crash. It's like 2 laps later. 1 lap later. And there's Ullman around. And then I think the 30 just dives in. Oh, yeah, slow center speed for the 79. Nowhere for the 95 to go. What happened to the 51?
He's still going on his own here.
I think we haven't had a caution yet. He's still running second. Oh, Ullman crash. Oh, there's the 95 broadside in the racetrack, and it just destroyed the 51. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's got to be just beyond frustrating. If you're the driver of the 51, I think we are choosing here. Maybe not. Maybe next time by.
We talked about at the start of the show, you got to keep your wits about you, keep your head clear, and an instance like that is an easy opportunity for you to get too frustrated, get your head foggy, cloudy, and start making bad decisions, having to fight your way back through the field. So Cochran's got a lot of time left. He's got the guaranteed stage break and most likely more cautions. So he's got plenty of time to pass all these trucks in front of him.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is fast repair's gone, right? You had to use it there because that car was killed. And this place, probably more so than any other racetrack, the pit road is so long, such a slow speed, you can barely get any damage fixed. I think Richard Winfield, black flag, yeah, for choose violation. Field back in the hands of the 15. Caution is waved off, trying to get Wingfield and I think Zukov in the right spots back there. Stephen Gill, beside himself in the chat, knows he's going to lose that $10. That's unfortunate. Hate to see it.
Hey, that's not guaranteed. Cochran's still on the lead lap.
That is true. That is true. We're reactionary right now. We're being reactionary. Yeah. That way later, when potentially he does end up back in the top 5, we can say, wow, what a comeback. Well, we got to cross that bridge when we get there, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Regardless, field back in the hands of Curl and Merriman. Launch at the end of the restart zone. Here we go again.
So far, Curl's been just great on these restarts.
Absolutely. He gets a big advantage being the launch car. So Merriman dove right down to the bottom, give Hinson a shot at the outside. Hinson looks like going to try and stick it out there, but it's not quite going to work. Alongside Rocky, a bit of a door. We're wrecking in the back already. Heyman and Jewett. 2-car tango down there in turn 4. Yeah, so there's the 45, that white car, or truck I should say, black numbers, 3 wide behind him with Cochran in the middle. That's not what he wants to see, that's for sure. And just a monster checkup on the bottom. I can't really fault either of those drivers for that one. I mean, Jewett's driving into the driver in front of him. Heyman's getting hit from the guy behind him. There's really nothing you can do to avoid that one.
This place, it just generates cautions, generates stack-ups, and
It does.
you know, if you're a fast truck and you get moved to the back because you were in an incident, then had the closing rate on the cars in front of you is high, and then, you know, it just bunching up the field, making everybody that's different speeds, put them in different spots. It just creates accidents, and
It does, absolutely.
that creates more accidents.
Yes, and can confirm, chat, there is only one fast repaired this evening. Only the one drivers are allowed to use. But I was talking to Jacob Cochran earlier before this race started about what makes this racetrack so difficult. 'Cause it's not a typical short track. I think you can agree to that, Gavin. Most short tracks, I feel like you can kind of hustle the center, hustle the entry, or you can back up the entry and hustle the exit. But this track is not one of those because the center of the corner speed is so slow that you have to get a good center of the corner or else you won't be able to get a good exit. And if you try and push the exit, you'll hit the wall, you'll spin. You try and push the entry, you'll smoke the tires through the center. So the slow center of the corner speed is what makes the lap time here, but it's also what causes these immense checkups because you get drivers who are 2, 3, 4, 5 miles an hour slower in the center, and you can't outrun to the back of them.
Yeah, with these low RPMs in the center too, that's going to create big runs on the guys that can carry more center speed because you're going to be so much closer to the power band of the engine. When you're in low RPMs, you can get bogged down, and we have a setup that prohibits shifting down to third gear.
Right.
So you have to carry speed but be slow in the center of the corner, which when you say it like that, you're like, well, how do I do that? And I don't really know. It's what we're seeing everybody try to figure out, and it's working for some and not for others.
I think the only driver who's really sorted it out is Devin Curl. Everyone else is still trying to figure it out as no one's been able to pass the 15 yet. And we're 50 laps into this thing. We're already a quarter of the way through it. And we've already seen basically everyone else in the top 10 change positions. I mean, we've seen drivers who started up front fade quickly. We saw obviously Cochran have his issue. Isaac Brock has come out of nowhere to be third. Gavin Hinson is up 5 spots to second. Harold Tucker III somehow has gained 20 positions. He finds himself up in 5th in the 79. Etc., etc., etc. The one who we were talking about earlier, Stevenson black flag at the moment, back to 19th.
Let's see if Curl can continue his great restarts here.
Into the restart zone. Another great jump. Caught Hinson sleeping. Oh, big wiggle for the 18. That's going to clear 2 cars from the outside. Oh, and big shot from Brock to Hinson. That got Hinson up out of shape. Oh, they're dooring each other. Hinson did not like that at all.
Control yourself here, guys, because we've seen enough cautions
he put
already.
Hinson in the wall. Oh. That's really not going to make Hinson very happy. Got into the back of him right there. Oh, he's going to door him off the corner. These two, I think, are going to wreck before we're done here. To the outside goes Hinson. As Curl has checked out.
You got to be terrified if you're these 2 trucks behind the battle for second. You don't want to get caught up in it. Because I think it's going to happen.
Definitely possible. I'd be surprised if Brock was fearless right now. Riding on board with Hinson. I think they've settled down for now. They had a couple shots at it. Check in on that in a little while. Dustin Lewis rebounding nicely back into the top 10. The 8 finds himself in the 9th position. And how about Jacob Cochran right behind him? What a rebound already for the 51. Oh, driver just spun back there. Davidson a second time. Oh, no, that's Hayes. Oh, my goodness. River Hayes and Zachary King.
It's a pretty big gap back to King from Hayes. Is
Oh, it started off with the 01.
back up in the, yep.
Yeah. Let's look at that one again. We didn't get a good shot of that. I believe it was the 01 getting checked up by the group in front of him. Bollinger got him just a little bit, got him sideways. Hayes got collected, and King had nowhere to go, I think is what happened here.
We had a bad exit out of 4 and then checks up.
Yeah, I don't think Bollinger quite realized
They were 3 wide.
how low they were on the
Yeah.
racetrack, and I think King kind of took it for granted. Sorry, Davidson took it for granted that there was no room there. And of course, the two drivers who did the least wrong were the ones who got the worst out of it, naturally. Yeah, damage to the 01 already.
It's the fender's missing, but as long as the toe's not knocked out, you should be fine here. Or fine enough not to use your fast repair anyway.
Yeah, I would agree. I would, if you don't have like severe damage of any kind, whether it's motor or steering damage, keep it on the racetrack. I don't think it's worth coming in to fix it until later in the race, because you don't know. Like, we've seen second place get caught up by a car broadside in the racetrack. Like, weird things happen. So, especially in a place like this, I would not want to burn that fast repair early if I don't have to.
Yeah.
I believe we're choosing this time. Curl, of course, no question to the bottom. Brock wants the outside this time, and Hinson take the bottom.
I would almost be choosing the inside if I was running in second, because Curl's been getting such good jumps. If you can time the restart to line up with him, you should be able to be inside of the second place car by the time you're into turn 1.
Yeah, I would agree that probably the inside for second spot is a good idea. If you're behind, though, if you're third, I would prefer to be on the outside just to try and steal a spot away. Because if you happen to get a good launch, like the 51 did, when he was on the outside for 2 laps, you can potentially gain a spot. The problem is you got to be perfect to do that, because Curl is so good here on these 2 or 3 lap runs.
This is going to sound weird. I would rather be in third than in second.
Yeah,
but if I was in third, I would rather be second than third. If that makes any sense.
Still processing. It'll take a while to get through that one. There's some circular logic there. But
if I come to the choose third, I would rather move up to second. But if I come to the choose second, I would rather move back to third.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, I understand I'm picking up what you're putting down, so to speak.
I think I did a terrible job explaining it originally.
We'll leave that for the viewers to figure out. Regardless, back in the restart zone. Here comes Curl. And I think the inside was the place to be that time. Hinson should be able to get that spot away, as they're still door to door. These two just can't get away from each other, leaning on each other into 3. Contact up the hill. It's going to allow Hinson to power through. As Holston's up in the fence. Brock going to dive into the corner, maybe a little too hard. Carries the center speed. Hinson rotates to the bottom. Dort on the exit. They're still leaning on each other. My goodness. Slide job. Got him. Clear for the 39. Crossover on the way, potentially, as we got the 48 again. Oh, he's going to push him. Oh, my goodness. 21 just moved the 39 up out of the way. Earmark that for later, and we are in a hornet's nest now. Harold Tucker III holding this group up. We saw Jewett out of shape just a little bit.
Look at Cochran. He went all the way to the back. He's in the top 5.
Yeah, good short track drivers are just good at short tracks. There's not much more you can say about it. As
exactly.
Nelson took a shot at the 79 and missed. the driver we haven't mentioned tonight is Caleb Hunt, up to 9th in the 19. Trying to get around the 39 of Hinton. He was obviously put back here doing a little bit of contact with 21. I think we're wrecking behind him. Yes, caution is out. Wade, oh my goodness, what a parking lot. Hayes in it again. We're running into people. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is gonna take a lot to uncover here. So Wade was part of it. I think he was the closest behind this group, and just overdrove it. Stops in front of the field. Oh, that's a big hit for Hayes. Oh my goodness, and just zero brake pedal behind him. Oh man. Now, let's look at that one again. We kind of saw where it started. It was definitely with the 16. It's right on board with Hayes here. He's got the 97 right behind him and just nowhere to go. It's 97 pushes him through the accident. So they check up. And
he starts to let up and just gets, and then everybody just piles in.
Everyone in that last group. Yikes, guys. Yellow flag indicator for a reason. Oh, my goodness. Well, 5 of them get dinged for ARCA braking on that one.
And it seems like a lot of the guys that have been involved in cautions tonight have been involved in more than one, whether that's they're at fault or not. It just seems like there's that middle of the pack is just where things happen. It's where fast cars that have got sent to the back are catching up with slow cars that have worked their way forward due to other accidents.
Right.
And that speed gap is just creating a mess.
Yeah, I would totally agree with you that when you have a combination of different speeds, like you said, some drivers from the front who got sent to the back, some drivers who are shuffled to the front because of penalties to other drivers or crashes or whatever, and you have that convergence around, usually it's like 15th or so, where things start to get weird, it definitely makes things interesting, right? Like you see, we saw it even with Hinson, was running up in the top 2, get shuffled back to some drivers who maybe caught a break being in the top 10, and it's a dogfight, right? We got guys sliding all over the racetrack, moving and shaking, and obviously saw a driver spin there with Wade and kind of cause that one. And where are you going to go when you have an accident like that in the middle of turn 3 and 4?
We're going to have a really, really short run to the stage here. Right. I think it's going to be a 3. After we go green, I think it's going to be a 3-lap dash, maybe a green-white checker for the stage.
Yeah, any caution here would be the stage.
Yes. As we'll come to the green on 73, so we get laps 73 at 70. So it'll be, green, white checker, then the stage break at 75.
Right. Let's re-rack it for you. Curl and Barnes, isn't that just the way it started? I think just inversed.
I believe so.
Brock in the 3rd spot. He's +9. Cochran is back up to 4th. Merriman is 5th, down 1 from where he started. Tucker the 3rd has gained 19 positions to be in 6th. Hinson's back to 7th, then Nelson. Then it's Davidson and Hunt in row number 5. Who is going to get the stage win? Will Curl continue to lead them all? Or does somebody steal the stage win away? Into the restart zone, and there goes the 15 again. Battle once again for 2nd. 51 to the outside here. Can he get around the 27? I don't think he can. Might get 3rd. 2 to go.
Yeah, he had room to tuck down to the bottom there, but he chose to stay up top.
Oh, it's working so far. If he can hit the line. Oh, we're wrecked behind him. Gavin Hinson is around. Caution will likely come out and end the stage. Oh, yeah, we got a parking lot back here. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Hayes is in it again. Oh, what a disastrous day for River Hayes. Stage win will go to Devin Curl. We'll catch up in just a minute once we see what happened here to the rest of the field.
Yeah.
So back from the initial restart.
Henson was in it. That's who we're riding along with right here.
So we got Nelson to the inside here. Caleb Hunt behind him. Does Hunt get into him? Yes.
Yeah.
Just barely gets into him, and then Henson's on the nose of the 48. Oh, I have no idea what they're doing behind him. Oh my goodness.
Well, the green flag was still out, so they were still racing to the end of the stage, and
yeah, that's tough.
I think they just got too greedy back there.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I believe this is where you're going to see a lot of the contact is from Zachary King. So you should be able to see the 39 is going to spin out of the left side of your screen here. There it is. The car's backwards. Oh, he got punted.
Yeah.
Into the back of the 34. Let's go one more time here to see who got him. Was it? Thought I saw Heyman. Could have been wrong about that.
Oh, the 40.
Well, that was earlier.
I wasn't there. Yeah, that was earlier.
I don't think it was Hayes, but it could have been. It was Hayes. Yeah,
Yeah, it
Hayes
was
got him.
Hayes.
And then Hayes got hit again by Zukov. Oh, and the 26 never slowed down. Yikes. Yeah, a lot of contact under that one. Oh, Curl, black flag.
4. Interesting. Did
What on earth? Did he pit a lap too late?
he either pitted a lap?
My goodness, that is... It's got to be pitting a lap too late because everyone else has already been on pit road.
He's taking tires right now, so I don't know if it was a black flag or if he just came a lap later than if he just missed pit road the first time.
What is going on here? Regardless, Devin Curl, after 7 cautions, will be your stage 1 winner. Led every lap to this point.
Well, it looks like he's being held there.
Yeah, I think he's going to go a lap down. We're going to have to get race control to let us know what's happening here with the 15 because this is a disaster.
What a night we are having.
Yeah, this is not what you expect at all. As he will be held a full lap here. Brad Nelson just went by.
I don't know if we want to interview our stage winner tonight.
I don't think we will. I think we're going to hold off this time. I don't think he's in the server to begin with, but wow, that changes everything in this race.
And it seems like when he's not necessarily up in the front, I think this isn't the first time we've seen Brad Nelson find a way to be leading after a stage break. I feel like we've got to see him up front before at the stage break. I think it was Chicago, maybe. Played a little bit of a strategy game.
Yeah, I do recall him playing a strategy in one of the races we've had so far. I can't recall which one. Better memory.
Yeah, it was
line.
Chicago.
Was Chicagoland?
But I can't remember if it was the stage or just towards the end.
Yeah, I don't recall. Regardless, he's got 38 laps on his stuff. Everyone else, well, Kime behind him has 22. That's another driver who just finds a way to flip strategies. Everyone else just hit. So Cochran on back. Cochran the first one on the new tires, assuming that he's on
I don't think
tires.
I don't think these old tires are necessarily that old, as many cautions as we've seen.
I'd be more worried about not making it on fuel. Right? Now, no one's going to make it on fuel, but I think it's going to put you in a much better spot to have gotten fuel there. Because, 40 laps, that's a long time. That's 20 miles that you're short on fuel.
Yeah, but at some point you're going to take 4 tires again anyway.
Right.
So maybe instead of losing 7 or 8 spots or even 10 in the pits on a 4-tire stop, you might only lose 2 or 3.
I'll tell you what, this race really has a feeling like there's going to be the perfect time to hit pit road in that final stage. And if you're not on pit road at that moment, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. That's kind of how this race is playing out in my eyes. If we can't stay green, and we're going to go one more lap here before we get them going. And Curl is back on the racetrack, 1 lap down, and the last car 1 lap down, back in 25th position. First driver 1 lap down was involved in that accident. It was Gary Baldwin Jr. in that Sun Drop 26, right there, running 20th.
A good-looking racetrack, by the way.
It is. Off of turn 4, Nelson and Kime. An unlikely duo to lead the field to green, but leading the field to green, they are. Oh, Holston, way out of shape. Oh, way up out the outside wall, too. Not a great start for the 48. As the 51's already in the back bumper of the 33. Kime's got the blinkers on right now.
Yeah, that's
spinning behind him is Baldwin.
Yeah. He's going to get it going, I think.
He did get it
stay
going.
green. Race control has had enough of these cautions.
I think another issue back here. Yeah, we got drivers all over the place. Oh, somebody spun. I heard it. There's a 77. Half spin on the outside. Wasaki, a little bit of a moment there. I think White got it back collected. No, he still stopped. Now he's going. There's the caution. That's got to frustrate race control. That car easily could have rolled.
Yeah, they
waited a while. I mean, it's not like these cars stall, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean...
I just sent it in too far on his own. Too much rear brake and held it. Great job by Curl. Backed up.
In reverse,
and then
trying to...
just didn't go forward. Like, leaders are right there. You can just about hear them in the frame.
I think he was waiting on race control to throw the caution.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
And I'm not sure about this league, but I know that it's in iRacing sporting code that you are not supposed to do that.
Right. Stopping on the racetrack, generally a no-no.
Yes. So I'm just curious to see. If I'm in race control, I would not let that slide, but
I think
that's why I'm in the booth and not in that booth. That's why I'm in here and not over there.
Yeah, I think we'll just leave it at that. That's a tough one. And I want to give race control full credit here this evening.
Yes. They're doing a great job.
Race controlling short tracks is like herding feral cats. There's really no good way to do it, and you're probably going to get bit after. So you just do your best, and the cards fall where they may. Brad Nelson's here on pit road, and yes, you can quote me, Brandon Willard, that race control is like herding feral cats. Absolutely. When I get upset at race control tomorrow in the Caswell Glass National Series, you can repeat that right back to me. And I'll have to agree with you because I said it here. The Downtown Auto Sales Truck Series. .88 laps into this one, not quite to halfway. Cochran leads Christian Barnes, Isaac Brock, Sean Merriman, and Dustin Lewis. Your top 5 as we get to the choose, and they will stay that way, the top 5. Davidson in the 6th position will make up the other driver in row number 3.
And now that Cochran's out front, it's going to be interesting to see if Curl can get back to the lead lap, if he's going to have anything for Cochran, because I know he was back in traffic, but it seems like he's been the only guy that has anything for that 15 car.
Right about that, and Devin Curl is now the first driver a lap down, racing Derek Jewett and Michael Wade for that honor. Last car on the lead lap is River Hayes in the 82.
That spot he's in on the track, that has been a hornet's nest all night, that group of cars he's around, so he's got to be careful.
The hardest part about getting a lucky dog here is not being fast enough. It's not collecting the incident point when the caution comes out. That's the hard part, because you get one driver drives into the back of you or checks up a little faster than you expect, and there goes your lucky dog, goes to somebody else.
Yeah.
So you got to be very, very careful if you're in that position. Restart on lap 90. Big jump for Cochran. Battles on for second. Clear Isaac Brock. Oh, I think Stevenson got pushed a little bit by the 01. Oh, we got 3 wide further. Oh, there goes Miller.
Oh, no.
Miller off the nose of Kime. They're still wrecking. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, that's a caution. Jewett's in it. Wade's in it. I think that's going to give Curl the lucky dog because I think everyone else was caught up in it. Yikes.
If he managed not to be caught in it.
We'll see if he was part of it or not. So here's what I think happened. Yeah, just tried to self-clear and didn't work. Yeah, the 15. Oh, 50 got part of it, I think. It's going to be close if he got part of it or not.
It looked like Nelson touched him, but I don't know if it was enough to count as an incident.
Well, let's. We know exactly where it happened. Let's see here from the back bumper. Get to see the 33 get really close. What? I don't know. Does he make contact? We'll be able to hear it.
He's stopping. He's stopping.
Oh, he didn't.
Yep,
he did not make contact.
He did not make.
I didn't hear it. I don't think he got him. We're gonna find out. I think he's getting the lap back. Curl is. Yeah, that was a big, big hit for a lot of drivers.
I'll have good news and bad news for the 15. The good news, he should be on the lead lap. The bad news, he's going to be back behind all of these cars.
I guess we're going to find out this time by if he gets the lucky dog. I haven't heard the call yet. I think next time by he'd get it. I have not heard if he is going to pick up the wave around or not. I don't think he will here. I could have swore that he didn't make contact. Maybe they did make a little bit of a 0x contact to the nose. Or get hit from behind, or sorry, make contact in front of him or get hit from behind. It's hard to say.
And that's frustrating if you're him. If you're waiting in that spot, you're out front of all the lap down cars when a huge pile up happens and you just get barely tagged trying to stay out of it.
Yeah, an initial contact is just a miscommunication between the 95 and the 9. 9 driving a little lower on the racetrack, 95 expected, 95 washes up, and all of a sudden you got 8 cars crashed in the front stretch.
That's why I said you can think about 3 wide here, but you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, I would agree with you. And the hard part about 3 wide here is usually the driver on the outside made a mistake, right? Usually they're way slow and off the pace because they hit the wall or had to slam on the brakes to avoid hitting the wall. And all of a sudden you're just in a really, really bad spot.
And like I was talking about earlier, with as low as these RPMs are going to be, when you have to slow that much slower than you already are, you are extremely bogged down out of the corner.
Right. Yeah, you're asking for trouble if you're put in that situation.
I mean, it's going to feel like you're driving a street stock and not a Craftsman truck.
Yeah, you might feel like you're driving a semi-truck and not a Craftsman truck with how these things don't appear to be able to launch up off the corner. I think you're in an 18-wheeler.
Fully loaded one at that.
Yeah. Cochran and Barnes lead the way. Brock and Merriman in row 2. Once again, into the restart zone, and the jump goes to the 51. He waited to the very end of the restart zone that time.
3 wide there, right behind them, but it looks okay. They're sorting it out.
It's a hornet's nest a little further back as Brock sails it off into turn number 3. He's going to get alongside and potentially clear the 27. Oh, we got close. Door to door. or two-door still. Oh, big slide for Davidson. That pushed Lewis up out of line. Here comes Hinson back up to the front. Oh, and Hinson gets a big shot from Davidson. Hinson out here being a cue ball tonight. They're 3 wide further back. I don't like that at all. I think I saw Zach White in the middle of it.
Yeah, and if you're a few of these drivers, you got to start worrying about that incident limit and reaching that point where you might get DQ'd from the session for too many incident points.
I'd be curious about how many of these guys still have a fast repair left, because, I mean, we have seen some absolute using of sheet metal here tonight, and I'm surprised more drivers have not burned their fast repairs. Curl, I think, is around. Yes, Curl's around.
And
so no more lucky dog for the 15. Yeah, Brad Nelson just struggling, and King sails it off to the inside. I think King's going to give him a little bit of a door there. Gets him again on entry, just shoves him up out of line. That's not going to make the 15 happy, and then Wade finishes him off. Kime didn't get him. Kime got close, but was able to hit the brakes in time. So the 77 also get a spin in that incident. Happened to the 77. This can happen well in front of him. I think he just tries to avoid it. Yeah, and goes off the front bumper of Zukov. Hard wall contact, though, for the 77. That is definitely not his first action of the night.
no.
For those of you wondering, we do have driver cams this evening. I think we're going to have to go to driver cams under caution. Haven't had a long enough green flag run to do it under green yet. So let's see, what does it look like under caution for Zachary King. Look in the race car, pacing in 15th as we hit the choose. Oh, we're clutching. Little fuel strategy being played.
I don't blame him, because we're not running enough green flag laps really to burn up your tires too bad. I mean, they're going to get worn down, but they shouldn't be an issue, a major issue anyway. So just try to make it without pitting if you can. Make up spots, especially if you're, like he is, setting in 15th, not in the top 4 or 5 trucks. So he has one way to go on the lead lap, and that is forward.
Certainly. We're going to try and get a driver cam of them while they're racing and not just lapping around here, but we'll do our best. That will really depend on the drivers on the racetrack, however. If we can't get green flag racing, then we can't really do a driver cam. Well, I said at the top of the show, Gavin, hopefully the pace truck doesn't lead too many laps, and well, we're working caution number 10, all for cause of the evening.
I think with the added lap every caution, that's 5 caution laps per caution. So we're looking at 50 caution laps and 56 green flag laps. I think he is leading. Yeah. Good for him, though. That's a really good performance for him.
Stephen Gill, you might want to move that $10 from Cochran onto the pace truck here this evening.
And we know Barney's the flag man, but who's the pace truck driver?
I think it's Bernie, actually. I think they're brothers.
Bernie's having a great night.
Having a great night.
Hall of Fame, put him on first ballot.
Yeah, exactly. Good jump for the 51.
Yeah, he did a good job going as soon as he got to the zone. I like that move.
Another side-by-side for the 21 and 27. More drivers in the outside wall.
I think that might have been Henson that caught the outside wall.
Brock certainly got it as well. Oh, Davidson caught it. That car's been in the fence a few times tonight. Eric Jewett with an issue.
Oh, the 77 went around. Single car spin, we might keep it going.
Tucker under fire from the 8. Zach White has got it rolling.
It's a compact race truck.
Hinson trying to get around the 1. That's Stevenson. Just past halfway.
Settling in line there inside the top 5.
Oh, leaders trying to get around Tyner Willing. Proving difficult. Brock to the inside. And first one to the lap car. Lap car's going to go to the bottom. First one there is going to get the lead. This is a interesting battle here.
He needs to be decisive on if he's going inside or outside. He doesn't need to enter low, move up high, the slab truck. He needs to
Brock had a big moment. That gives
really hold it
Cochran what he needs. Yeah, Cochran just going to push him out of the way. I mean, sometimes you have to. I mean, that's 3 or 4 laps who's held up by the leader. Ullman, heavy damage to the 34. Brock's lose another spot, this time to Barnes. Let's have a look at the other cam driver tonight. That would be Michael Wade. I believe Justin Miller just went around. There's Wade. There's Wade on the racetrack.
It's locked in. He's not blinking.
23rd. Driving in a black hole. And I think Isaac Brock just had a disconnection issue. Now he's back.
Oh, there. I was about to say he hasn't blinked yet, but he just did.
Sometimes you have to. Chasing down Devin Curl. They are second and third cars 1 lap down, chasing Zach White, who is not that far in front of him. You can see that yellow car way up on the high side. Big thank you to Michael Wade and Zachary King for allowing us the opportunity to ride on with the onboard. Let's go with King here. Get some actual racing laps on the driver camp. Up to 13th we go with the 50. Trying to get around Brad Nelson for 12th.
Looks like he was really sawing on the wheel there out of 2. Let's watch his corner exit.
Car seems a little snappy. Let's ride on one more lap here. Oh my goodness, I think he might have.
Yes, it is.
Did he downshift? What happened? I don't think he got hit. Maybe.
If he didn't, it looks like he might about to be. No, he's going to get by him.
Yeah, Curl and Hay. Oh, he's just going to give Curl a shot back. Thanks again to Zach King for letting us ride on board.
We got Hayes, King, and the 16 car all right here together. These 3 have seemed to be in the show tonight, so it's very important for the 3 of them to keep it pointed straight right here, as the field's really starting to spread out.
Absolutely.
Which is good to see. It's good to see a green flag run at least developing.
I think longest run of the day, right here.
It feels like longest one in a while, anyway.
That's for sure. Miller around Zukov. That's for 18th, right in front of the leaders.
Yeah, Zukov's truck looks pretty beat up, but to be holding it in 19th, that's nothing to be ashamed of with a truck that looks like that.
There is your leader, Jacob Cochran. Barnes right behind him. Going to get around this lap car a lot easier than the last one.
Yeah, these guys moving to the outside.
Lewis fighting Davidson. And behind them, got Tucker and Hunt for 10th. It's a good little battle. Keep our eyes on.
Battle for a top 10 spot.
Crossover going to get it done is Caleb Hunt. And Barnes is there to catch up to Cochran.
Might be the first green flag battle for the lead of the night. All the way on lap 125.
I think battle is an interesting word. We saw Brock get up to the back bumper of, and inside Cochran actually, but might be the first green flag pass for the lead if the 27 can get it done.
27's kind of taking more of a diamond approach.
Right.
51 really kept it snug the whole way around on the bottom. 27 wants to get that good run off the corner, but I don't know if you can maintain this if this run keeps going very long because of how hot that right front's going to get and how much you have to use the right front here.
Yeah, you can see the 51's taking a wider entry and a kind of a tighter center. 27's trying to take a shallower entry and a wider center, and it's all coming to fruition on the exit. 27's dropping back ever so slightly. But we are catching lap traffic. Obviously, we see the 95 right in front. It's Justin Miller, last car on the lead lap.
And now he can't decide if he wants to go top or bottom.
I think you have to assume he's going to the top.
There
Here he is.
There he goes. This lap, he's going to let him by.
Should give the top two the spot.
27 got around him in a bad spot there. He wasn't able to use all of the track on the exit.
Sure did. And just like that, we got a bunch of cars spread apart. Who would have thought?
Look at us. Who would have thought?
Progress. Progress.
Yes. Where?
And if your car's still in one piece, you're probably running not too bad right now. Holston up in 7th. Stevenson up to 6th. Biggest mover, plus 22 on the day.
And you said at the start of the show to watch out for him. And
did.
He's proven you right.
I think he was in the top 10 at the stage. We didn't go through that. So we were trying to figure out what happened, what caused the parking lot.
It's been a lot to break down tonight, so naturally we've missed a few things,
and
but I think we're in a good
now.
spot.
Hinson caught him. Remember
it's like
earlier.
These two have been around each other a little bit tonight.
Now will Hinson try and get around him clean?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Well.
Oh, caution's out. Caution is out. I don't know where. Oh, there it is. 36. I think that just saved Isaac Brock from trip to the infield care center. I have no idea. No idea what to say about that. Let's watch it again.
I don't know if there's much you can say about it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Exit of 4, 16's got to run. 16 just drives off a little bit further. Rolls the bottom, just comes up. 36 starts moving down, and I think the 16 didn't want any part of that.
I mean, the frustrating part of that is one of these guys is 1 lap down, one of them is 19 laps down. I think that's the part that really is frustrating about that is I completely subscribe to the idea that if you are a lap car, you have every right to be on the racetrack as anyone else because you know, you entered the race, you paid to be here just like everyone else did. But
you have to respect the cars around you.
You have to understand who you're racing against, what you're racing for, and what they're racing for. And Michael Wade was racing on the lead, or on the one lap down group, not necessarily for lucky dog, but it's at least attempting to get that lucky dog. Whereas if you're the 36, you're just logging laps. You're the last car running. Just keep it on the racetrack, and that's and out of harm's way, and that's it. That's the whole list. So I don't have issue with lap cars racing. I have issues with lap cars not knowing why they're racing or who they're racing. And hopefully that's just a learning experience, because we all go through it as drivers. I think you've been there. I've certainly been there, where you're a lap down, you put yourself in a bad spot, and you end up hurting somebody's day, whether it be your own or a driver who's laps ahead of you. And it hurts. It sucks to be part of it, but it's just a learning experience that we all have to go through.
And sometimes you learn more from hurting someone else's day than you do hurting your own day.
Agreed. Well, you'll get reamed out pretty good for wrecking someone else's day. If you wreck your own day, it's really up to you and your internal critic to say, how bad of a job did I do? And some people, their critics harsher than others. And I would say that's about the nicest way I can say that, as we have Zachary King, to the point, decided not to pit here. Curious move, because everyone else can almost make it to the end. A few drivers are choosing to collect the wave around. Of course, that would be Baldwin, Jr., and Curl.
Well, we did see him clutching, so he might be playing the strategy I mentioned of just trying to make it to the end and hoping there's enough cautions that he can just keep clutching. And, if it's under yellow, no one's going to pass you.
Yeah, I still think he's about 10 short. So, I don't know. He might be close, but goodness gracious, that's such a gamble. Then again, I have seen a Truck Series race here where the pole sitter led every single lap and didn't make a pit stop for 127 laps because there were so many cautions in the race that he never got past, because he only made it 3 laps every time. So it's possible to save that much fuel. You really need a lot of help from your competitors to do that, and he is getting that help tonight.
Yes.
We have 61 laps to go when we get back racing. Everyone who just pit can make it to the end of this race. So Cochran on back, they're good, with the exception of Curl and possibly Kime. Oh, Cochran out of shape.
Oh.
Bump from Hinson. We are 3 wide. Hinson got shoved out of the way. I think the 21 got him.
Henson and Brock are back nose to tail again.
This is where I'm going to watch as well. Hunt to the inside of Hinson. Cochran should be able to get back in line here shortly. Except he missed the corner that time. Can he slide in behind Holston? Looks like no. Now King gets shoved out of the way. Barnes to the point by a large ways. Dustin Lewis went for a ride.
Yellow flag is out again.
Yellow flag is out. I think Tucker was in it.
It's going to help King save a few more laps of gas.
I think it was Tucker and Lewis. I'd like to go back to the restart if we can. Try that in a sec here and see what happened to Hinson, because he got shoved way out of line. So they're 3 wide. That's exactly what it was. Yeah, Lewis just caught Tucker. Let's see if we can go back to the restart with Hinson. Just let me know when we go to the 1 to green here, if you could. Yeah, so there we go. So Hinson tries to... Oh, we got tagged a little bit by the 48. Pushing him up out of line. That's where it came from. Back here live. Wasaki gets the repass. This has certainly been full contact stock car racing tonight, Gavin.
It definitely has.
seems like a pretty good time for us to take a quick Juicy Spider side-by-side break. Not going to miss anything. Back right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to B-Speed. Your host, producer Morgan Cook, alongside Gavin Grubbs, and cameras by Dougie Beard. About to go green here for the 12th restart of the day, 13th start of the day. 7 lead changes we've seen so far. And we were just talking under break, Gavin, about this driver right here, and that would be Devin Curl. Finally back on the lead lap, and that is bad news for the rest of the field because this driver led the vast majority, in fact the entire first stage, all 75 laps of it, until a penalty of some sort held him a lap. Now he's back up in the top 15.
Yeah, Cochran's back on the front row too, so if we've seen him be great on restarts, so don't be surprised if we see a Cochran and Curl battle here at the very end of the race.
Which is exactly what it was in the first stage, at least for parts of it. But now it's Barnes as a control car, again wheel spin for the 51. And how about Stevenson? Talked about the one at the top of the show. Got to keep an eye on that one. And up to second highest position of the day.
It's taken him a while from the back, but he has made his way all the way up to the front.
Oh, driver spun. Michael Wade now gets it back rolling.
But Stevenson's kept the truck clean while
rocks
doing
around.
It. That is not keeping the truck clean. Oh,
rocks around. Tucker's around.
And
caution's out.
Yeah.
I imagine it's for this incident. I had to take a guess. Big checkup for the 21. And Jewett got into him.
Ooh.
Nowhere to go for Tucker.
Frustrating for all of these guys.
Yeah, a lot of drivers here tonight are just like, they want this to be the end of the race right here. Just shut it down. Just shut it down. Penalty points handing out for this one. That's going to be a fun one for race control to assign blame. It's going to be a long night for the admin team here, assigning all of the proper blame for all these accidents, because a lot of these are not racing incidents and certainly are avoidable contact. So I think we're going to see drivers creep closer to the number 12 for penalty points, which is an automatic one-race suspension. It's causing a caution is a 2-point addition to your total. So I think we'll see some drivers gain penalty points here after this one for sure.
Yeah, we will. And for race control, not only are you having to herd feral cats, you are also having to tame them and train them.
Yeah. And I mean, you could, if you've ever seen a feral cat, you know how difficult that is and why that metaphor is so apt. I mean, you would think it'd be easy, right? You just throw 29 drivers on the racetrack, and they just go run 200 laps. You take a break at 75, and you re-rack them and do it again. That doesn't happen here. This is not a racetrack where you can just let them go and it'll work out for you. And we have three in the race control booth, and it is still just that hard to catch everything. Again, I'm incredibly sympathetic to those in the race control booth, and while we may seem critical at times, I've done the job. I've failed at the job. Go back and watch the icebreaker if you don't believe me. And it's not easy up there, so I want to give a big shout out to anyone who even wants to be race control. Shout out tonight to Brandon Willard, Christian Peterson, Dylan Brumley for stepping up and taking that role on, because my goodness, it is a no-win role. No one is ever happy at race control. It's just part of the game, but we do need it to help these races go smoothly. So thank you to those three for stepping up, and all the race control admins all season long.
It's like being an official in any sport. You never see a game at the end of it where someone goes up. You don't see many fans saying, "Man, the officials were great tonight."
Right. I want to go shake that ref's hand. I don't think I've ever heard a fan say that. So
exactly.
Absolutely. John Ullman in the Caswell Glass National Series, and again Brandon Willard and friends in the Slim Chickens Cup Series on Fridays. Shout out to all of those admins and then all the other ones for the lower series, the short track series, throughout the week. But regardless, we're back racing here. Green flag is out. They both spun the tires. Even start for the front row.
Even start for the front row means there's not a lot of places to run and hide throughout the field, so everyone is going to have to be really careful not to stack it up here and cause another yellow flag. We desperately need some green flag racing. I think everyone but Zachary King wants there to be green flag racing right now.
Brock is around. 27 is going to drive deep into the corner. Can the 51 roll off the exit? Going to get him at the line? Yes. Can he get him out of turn number 2? He's not clear yet. Going to try a crossover. Oh, he fell back in line. Got to look to the inside. Not enough. Thought about it. The lunge not worth it. As the battle is on for the 6th spot. Hunt and Hinson. Here comes Curl into 8th.
What a run. What a run tonight for Curl. Just had dominated early, got some bad luck, and now he is just fighting his way back up to the front.
Starting to break out single file. Eric Jewett made his way back up to the top 10. Oh, he takes a big ride. And little contact there. They somehow kept it going. A little too much rear brake at the 45. But wow, that was very close. Curl alongside King. King's about going to put him in the wall. It's not going to make the 15 very happy, but it's not really going to matter if you just clear him on the exit.
And he does.
And this 15 is absolutely rolling right now. Even with passing that car just as fast as the leader. Elston and Jewett scrapping for 12th. River Hayes is still on the lead lap. This car has been beat up since about lap 50. Hayes, pretty good short track driver. Definitely having a much worse day than I think we all expected, as Davidson drops below the racing group and falls back a couple spots.
Yeah, River Hayes tonight's reminded me of that meme from South Park where Randy's all beat up and bloodied and battered and fighting, and he just says, "I didn't hear no bell."
Yeah, That sounds about right.
And that's the kind of night he's having.
Oh, and there goes the 45. That help from Nelson.
What did?
They all saved it.
It's been such a war of attrition tonight that the slow cars are spreading out so much that when you make a mistake, now you have room to save it.
We're going to go big move to the bottom here. Wasaki blocking the entrance. It's not going to make Jude very happy. Tried to get to the inside, but it's just not going to work.
Wasaki drove a half a lane down, maybe a whole lane down the whole front straightaway, just trying to prevent that run from developing on the bottom.
He absolutely did. Here's the battle. This is effectively third on back to Devin Curl in 7th. How does Curl navigate this? He's got Caleb Hunt in front of him. They go to the outside. As Miller's on pit road.
Curl's going to get a huge run from Diamond in the corner.
Look at that. That's how you do it.
That's perfect.
Set him
You
up.
asked how he just showed you.
Yeah, that's the battle of Mobile 1 cars. There goes Curl. That is up to 6th position. Holston is the next victim.
2 Mobile 1 cars. I don't think I've ever seen a bad looking Mobile 1 car in any race ever. They just always look really good to me.
I would agree with you.
And it doesn't matter what series it is. Mobile 1, they're I don't know if it's the teams that they're working with or themselves, but the graphic designers that are associated with them do an amazing job making race cars.
They absolutely do. And Olston's under fire from one of them right here. Curl's going to go to the inside. He's going to get the position, at least positioning into the corner. They're even through the center. Curl's going to give him a little bit of a how do you do up off the corner. Should see the 15 slide on by here. Right there is going to be a clear crossover. Not enough momentum for the 48. That's top 5 for Devin Curl. And now he has possibly the hardest driver to pass in the entire series. Gavin Hinson, the 39 right in front of him, running the Ryan Newman number and the Ryan Newman mentality. Back bumper Stevenson.
Yeah, Gavin's one of the most exciting drivers in this series to watch. I mean, this is my first season in the booth with it, and he produces highlights.
He does. He knows how to defend, and I can attest to that on the racetrack. Racing against him, very difficult to pass the 39 without putting a little bit of sheet metal to him. As you see right there, hinges Curl on the late exit of the corner. Curl's going to get there again, blocked in by Stevenson, and now we got the 21's going to block the 39. I bet we're going to see it here. Yeah, he is.
That's the way.
Oh, that has got to be so frustrating. Hinson's going to give him a shot. Yeah, Brock absolutely making Hinson's life miserable here tonight.
But with the way that these two have raced, especially early in the race, I mean, you made the bed, you have to sleep in it if you're Gavin Hinson. Or Brock at that point. Like, the way both of you, I mean, it's easy to make enemies at Martinsville.
It absolutely is, and I think that's something we mentioned earlier. I think actually I started the show with that, is that we're going to be the only 2 people who are happy after this one. And we're definitely seeing it so far, as we've only got about 25 laps to go. Curl and Stevenson fighting for the last podium spot, as Cochran is about 6/10 back of Barnes. The wheels are starting to fall off on the run for the 51. He was right there. I think it's going to be a combination of lap traffic and just long run pace, as we're about 40 laps into this one.
Yeah, 20 laps to go. Curl has to get around Stevenson as soon as possible if he wants any shot at the win here.
Yeah, the Zach's fighting, this time for 10th. King's got it. Davidson wants it.
You gotta wonder how much Zachary King is saving right now, because he still hasn't had that pit stop that everyone else has.
And this is about where we thought we could make it on fuel, was around 94 to 98. He's at 90 right now, so I would expect 8 more laps if we went totally green. Of course, we did not. So, yeah, how much did you save? That's the question. You're absolutely right. This Curl still cannot find a way around Stevenson.
As long as this pit road is, if you pit under caution here, you're losing 2, maybe 3 laps.
Yeah, under green, 2 to 3 laps, absolutely.
Curl and Stevenson are both cutting into that lead. Curl's picked up a few tenths on the leader and lost a few on Stevenson, so we know that 3rd and 4th place are faster than your 2 leaders right now.
Problem is,
by a little bit.
they're 2 seconds behind.
With 19 to go.
And Barnes has clear track in front of him, so who is the next car? Harold Tucker the 3rd. That's a pretty stout truck tonight. 79, so I don't know if they're going to catch him in time. He has about 4 seconds. See it right there.
But with the way the race has been tonight, that lead could evaporate with the wave of a flag.
Right about that. Davidson gets around King. That's for 10th. Hinson still trying to chase down Curl. Hasn't let him get away. Bringing Holston and Hunt into the fight as well. Dustin Lewis behind Sean Merriman. That is 8th and 9th.
A few drivers that seem to be running just a little bit too hard, because you watch them when they come out of the corner, they're having to pull it back down off of the wall a little bit, as we just saw Gavin Henson do that, and you're shaving speed when you do that. I know you're trying to get out of the corner as quick as you can, but when you have to counter steer it off the wall, or just, I guess, keep turning left off of the wall, you're shaving speed out of that truck that you were fighting so hard to get.
Absolutely. We got Zach White stopped on the inside of the racetrack almost, right through our camera. He does get it stopped, and he's going to disappear and say, you know what, let's not bring out a caution once again here. And Curl has got to Stevenson.
And this battle's 2.5 seconds behind your leaders with 14 to go, so.
You can see the leaders in front of him.
Yeah.
And Cochran has cooled his stuff off. He is there.
Probably a good move by him, waiting on lap traffic, running as clean of laps as you can. Let the lap traffic close the gap, and then with the cooler tires, make your move.
Battle for first, battle for third, about equal distance, about 10th and a half separating all of those trucks. Next one's John Ullman for the leaders.
Earlier, Barnes was the one with the diamond line, and Cochran was rolling the bottom. Now the roles have reversed as the positions have.
Oh, good run on exit. Got a little bit tight. Didn't allow him to finish the corner for the 51. He's going to try and diamond here, get a better exit. I think he got it this time. 51's going to make the move to the inside. He's going to be there. He did get there. He's going to move the 27 out of the way. 27 tried to pinch him down. That's going to evaporate the lead.
Yeah, really going to evaporate it for Barnes, but for Cochran as well. That knocked a second out of the lead, that battle right there.
And don't
that
look
move.
now. Stevenson and Curl, they're not out of this at all. I think Curl just got a fire lit. Seeing that issue in front of him.
Yeah, they're still side by side. You can watch that gap just shrinking and shrinking.
They're dooring each other for third. Stevenson on the top, Curl on the bottom. Curl's going to dive, and he's going to get the spot away. Stevenson's going to give it to him, and now can Curl, the fastest truck tonight, in under 10 laps, catch up to the top 2 and make this a 3-car battle for the win.
He's going to have to be knocking multiple tenths a lap away from these leaders. So even if they are side by side, he has to be flawless, and they have to both make mistakes in front of him.
And they still are side by side. Last time, 2 tenths faster for Devin Curl. This could be the battle for the win. You can't give up anything. That time, the two leaders, 20.5s. Curl, a 20.48. Not quite enough to knock that lead down. Loose for Cochran, tight for Barnes.
There's going to be more contact here.
Absolutely. 51 edges ahead in the center of the corner, but Barnes gets a great drive off the corner.
The gap stalling out back to Curl, too.
Oh, big wiggle for the 51.
Great for the 15 truck.
It is. The gap is now 1 second with 5 laps to go. Side by side. Push them up the racetrack. Are they going to catch Ullman? And will that be the difference?
I said you can only think about 3 wide. But
Oh,
if you're
contact!
Curl,
He
you
put
gotta
Barnes
go
in the
for it.
wall. Here comes Curl. Oh,
Barnes
he got
is gonna
sent around.
retaliate.
Here goes Curl for the outside. He's going to take the lead. And he spun him out. There goes Barnes. Caution should come out. Devin Curl is going to take the lead of this one, and Tyler Stevenson to second. Wow. Oh, my goodness.
I said there would be
51.
contact.
And 27. That's got to be 2 drivers to the hauler after this one. Oh, wow. We might see a suspension out of that one. Let's go back and watch this entire sequence. Of course, side by side for quite a bit of this. Pushed him up in the center. And it happened out of turn 4. We see
Both these
Barnes
guys-
got the run. Sorry, Gavin. Barnes got the run. Cochran back to the inside. Gave him a shot right there, which I don't think was intentional by any stretch. Barnes didn't like it. Gave him a shot back. Effectively taking them both out of the win. And then some extracurriculars right there. Yeah, that is that's going to get looked at by race control, I would say, after this one, or possibly the admin team post-race.
Yeah. I mentioned I thought there would be contact, but I didn't think it would get to that point.
Yeah, it got there. We'll I'll be probably part of that decision, figuring that one out later. But we are at the choose, and we are not done this race yet. Not choosing this time. Next time, we've got Curl, we've got Stevenson, and we've got Cochran. 3 of the fastest trucks tonight in your top 3.
Yeah, and Cochran's angry, sitting in 3rd right now. Not only has he been fast tonight, he just got the lead
Taken?
partially taken and partially took himself out of it afterwards. So he's going to get to stay up front for now. Let's see what happens at the choose, if he has to go to the back or if they're going to let him stay up front.
Oh, he is
And
going to
he's
get
going to the
charged with
back.
the caution. Oh, he's had enough as well. Black flag for Barnes as well. I imagine they're both getting the riot act from race control.
I'm imagining race control as a teacher sitting on their desk with their arms crossed right now.
Yeah, probably got the yardstick. Meter stick if you're in Canada. Field should be getting the choose this time. Had to extend it 1 lap due to black flagging the 51. So Curl, Stevenson, Hinson, the first 3 to choose. Hinson's going to go to the top and try and take a run at it. I think the outside line is really the only play if you're the 39.
And the 27 stayed in the race after serving his black flag. He's wanting to take as many points as he can here.
Remember, though, Cochran had that massive damage from the incident with the 95 early in the race. I believe, well, that took the faster prophecy. I believe he damaged the car beyond drivability in that incident. I think that's why That car ended up getting parked after receiving, I imagine, the EOL or a warning or whatever the case was. I imagine that just helped him make the decision to pull the car off the racetrack. Regardless, that is not going to help. Last week's winner, not going to repeat here. We'll not have a repeat winner for the first time this year. In terms of back-to-back, I should say. We could see a repeat winner, of course. As I'm pretty sure Curl got it done at the Bull Ring a few weeks ago. But Hinson's looking for win number 1. Could tonight be the night? From the outside of the front row, into the restart zone. Big jump for the 15. Curl's got
Great launch.
Stevenson to contend with.
Great launch for Curl. He went from the front to the back, packed to the front tonight.
Yeah, had a hold. Went a lap down due to penalty and still came back. 2 laps remain. Wait, sorry, apologies. 1 to go here. All Devin Curl has to do is get through 3 and 4 as there goes Stevenson. And out of turn number 4. Devin Curl from the back to the front is going to win in Martinsville.
Pace Truck might have led the most laps tonight, but Devin Curl led the one that matters.
82 laps led. I believe also set the fast lap of the day. Yeah, by 2/10. This was Devin Curl's race to lose, and he found a way to not lose it. Congratulations,
Yeah,
Devin.
burn it now.
We're going to chat with Devin Curl, Gavin Hinson, Adam Holston in just a few moments. Watch the 15 burn it down because he absolutely earned this one. There's a driver to do burnouts. Take a quick step aside. You've been watching the Mystic Racing League, their downtown auto sales truck series presented by Pest Busters for the Hudson Auto Works 200 here from Martinsville. Be back right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hudson Auto Works 200 post-show. What a wild one. 14 cautions, 15 lead changes. Devin Curl led the most laps, won the first stage, fell to the back of the field under penalty, and drove all the way back up to take the lead with a few laps to go and win the race. Gavin Hinson, eventful day for second. Holston kind of came out of nowhere to finish in the 3rd spot, and Caleb Hunt with his season best 4th finishing position. Stevenson had a top 3 until he got put in the inside wall on the backstretch. He will finish in 5th. King up to 6th, going 13th to 6th on the final restart. Nelson to 7th. Jewett with a strong points day in 8th. Merriman in 9th, and Davidson rounds out your top 10.
Finishing 11th was Lewis with River Hayes in 12th. Wasaki finished 13th. Christian Barnes in 14th from the pole. Harold Tucker III finished 15th. He was the last car on the lead lap. Reggie Kime time, was the first car 1 lap down in 16th. Isaac Brock finished 17th. The 26th truck was in 18th. Zukov 19th, and Ullman rounded out your top 20.
Finishing 21st, Michael Wade. Jacob Cochran had a shot to win. Phil finished 5 laps down in 22nd. Zach White, 23rd. Justin Miller in 24th. Tyner Willing in the 25th spot. Whitfield, 26th. Heyman, 27th. Beam, 28th. And Sturdivant only made 7 laps. He will finish 29th here this evening. Well, let's get down trackside, interview your top 3, starting off with Adam Holston. Adam Holston, Morgan and Gavin up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, I don't know if you expected to finish 3rd, given how things were going, about 20 laps to the end of this race. And I think this 48 hit the outside wall more than anyone tonight, but 3rd place nonetheless. How'd you do it? What do you take away from Martinsville?
Well, really, I think I did it by just being patient and keeping the car clean. I mean, I scraped the wall a little bit, but little scuff marks never hurt anybody. And, really just let everybody else take each other out and hopefully sneak by. And sure enough, we got there.
Absolutely. Just narrowed it up a little bit is all you did. Just a little faster on the straightaways. And that's all Adam Holston did here tonight. But I mean, it was really a race of survival out there from what we saw up here. And we likened it to herding feral cats. What would you liken it to on the racetrack? What was it like out there?
That's a tough one. I mean, it's real slick. So, I don't know. I say it was kind of like driving on a wet drainage ditch going into the turns, and like that rear brake bias, kind of getting it slick, and that's really where I was struggling. But it was definitely a warfield out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, now you get a week to relax and a week to prepare for next time out at North Wilkesboro. Another short track. How are we feeling with a short track package here in the 48 camp?
I generally like the short tracks. I don't have much testing at Wilkesboro, but we'll have to get out there and get some work on it.
Awesome. And who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out for the 3rd place finish here tonight?
Shout out Non-Typical Designs for the paint scheme. I'll shout out DM Motorsports for being a good team and working together, getting us to where we're at now. Shout out V-Speed for putting on the good shows, and I'll shout out MRL for putting on the races.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, Adam. Congratulations for the top 3 finish.
Thanks, sir.
That is 3rd place finisher tonight, Adam Holston. Move up 1 spot in the running order. Gavin Hinson has been caught up to by Gavin Grubbs.
Hey, Gavin, it's Gavin and Morgan in the booth. You got us?
What's up, Gavin?
Well, tonight was an eventful night for everybody, yourself included. You had 1 lap where you were up front in the lead. You had moments where you were fighting for everything you had. Just walk us through the night, some of the big moments, and what it took to get back up to 2nd place and have a good finish there at the end.
Well, it takes a lot of determination to recover and get a good finish. I mean, I got raced pretty rough tonight, but it's not really a surprise. I mean, that's what the 21 does. I passed him clean quite a few times, and he still proceeds to run me over. So I hope he enjoys his P17. But I mean, this was a tough race. I mean, a lot of guys are all over each other anyway. Just had to try to stay up front. I mean, track position means so much here, and whenever I had that contact and at the end of the stage, just fighting back and gaining track position over time. And I mean, I was lucky that the 51 and the 27 got together, because I was pretty much in 5th. But I hate they got together. My teammate, getting the raw end of that, but good run nonetheless.
Yeah, and you were talking about, everyone kind of raced pretty rough and tumble tonight. What does it take to keep a level head all night tonight? Because you seem to do a pretty good job doing that.
Well, I really didn't have a level head. I mean, the only thing that saved me is that I had a distance between the driver that wronged me. So I had a little bit of time to sit there and think. I mean, I've made my way all the way back up to maybe sixth, fifth. Do I really want to throw it away over a driver? Um, it's just not really smart. So that leveled me off a little bit. I'm still frustrated. I mean, I try to race everybody clean, but I got a little bit of a temper, and I don't like people trying to do me wrong when I try to take care of them. So, um, but it's Martinsville. I mean, everybody's on top of you. Everybody's trying to send it in deep, and you pass them clean, then they try to wipe you out in the next turn. I mean, it's just, that's D class behavior, but it's just kind of how it goes sometimes.
No, I got you, Gavin. And lastly, do you have anybody that you want to thank or shout out here tonight on V Speed?
Well, I want to shout out anybody that tuned in because of me to watch me. Means a lot. I want to shout out Water Force Racing, team I own with Christian Barnes. I hated he got taken out. I want to shout out you guys for putting on a great stream. I mean, you guys do a great job at broadcasting. And just, shout out to the league. They get bigger every day, and I'm glad to be here.
All right. Thanks, Gavin. You have a good rest of your night.
Hey, you too.
That's Gavin Hinson, second place here in Martinsville. That's going to bring us to the top step of the podium. Devin Curl, Morgan and Gavin up in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy?
I do.
My goodness, man, you were bad fast in the first stage, and something happened. We didn't catch it. Maybe you can enlighten us. What happened at the stage to get you held for a lap?
Well, a little bit of miscommunication, I think. I should have been more aware, I guess. Also, I was expecting some more guidance from race control, how we kind of had for the whole season so far on these close cautions next to the stage break. Unfortunately, when pit road opened, I pitted, but we weren't technically supposed to be pitting. So
understood.
That held me for well, technically that was just going to be an EOL. But when I stayed out and I pitted but didn't go to my box, I kept going. I ended up getting a 40-second hold for that, and then ended up being a lap.
Gotcha.
Didn't think we were going to get the lap back at all, but we had a long run there, and I was kind of getting a little dejected. Finally got the caution. Leaders all pitted, got the wave around, didn't even get a lucky dog, and next thing you know, they were all wrecking each other.
Yeah, it all worked out for you. We were watching you. There was the accident with where you were the lucky dog, and I think you got tagged a little bit from behind, and you ended up losing a lucky dog. And thought, oh man, Devin Curl, he might not get this back, but if he does, he's the guy to watch. He's got the fastest truck here, and it seemed like it happened. You took that wave around like you said, and things worked out for you. And of course, you slowly chipped your way towards the top five, ended up in third, watching the 51 and 27 battle. And was there a part of you that thought, if I just stay right here, this is going to work out in my favor?
I thought when I finally got clear of the one car, and by the way, all those guys I passed coming through the field, they did a heck of a job. We were racing really hard, just slight contact, little bang, but it's Martinsville, and we all held our straight. We all kept our cool, and anyway, when I finally got by the one, first off, I didn't think I was gonna get by him. When I got to him in fourth, my tires were gone. I had buzzed them all off on that long run, and let him cool down. Took a lot of laps to just sit back and ride behind him, and finally got a chance to pounce on him with some lap traffic. And when I got to third, I looked ahead, and those guys were only about a second and a half in front of me side by side. And I looked down, and we had like 12 laps to go. And I was like, oh, if they stay side by side, they're in trouble. And, it worked out that way, fortunately.
And you seem to be able to hold on to every restart tonight. You had a lot of practice with those restarts early in the race. You nailed the last one and drove away to the win here tonight. And you, of course, the second winner of the truck triple cash dash, whatever it's called. You win $25 tonight, so congratulations for that.
Thanks, man.
Do you think you can go 2 for 3 in 2 weeks' time at North Wilkesboro, another short track? I think that would make you sweep all the short tracks so far as well this season.
Yeah, I think I got a good shot. I know my teammate River Hayes. He's a pretty good shoe around North Wilkesboro. He got some unlucky damage here tonight with some lap cars and checkups on the early cautions, and unfortunately he wasn't able to be up here with me. But yeah, I mean, I think that the short tracks is where we shine at, River and I, and there's no reason we can't go out there and dominate.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations, Devin, for the win tonight. While we have you up here, who do you want to thank for the win here in this KBM-inspired 15 truck?
Yeah, just like I said, River Hayes, Team Accelerated, my wife.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time, Devin. Congratulations again on that win, and we'll see you next time out at North Wilkes-Barre in 2 weeks' time.
See you guys.
That is Sofa News Victory Lane with Devin Curl. Well, that, Gavin, that's about going to do it for us here tonight. The Mystic Racing League and their downtown auto sales truck series presented by Pest Busters for the Hudson Auto Works 200. And Gavin, this was a full contact kind of event. What are your final thoughts?
Well, like you said, it was full contact, so it's a good thing these drivers brought their helmets.
Yes.
But no, this was a great race, a really impressive run, especially from Devin Curl there. I mean, we saw him rebound from all the way from the back of one being a lap down, all the way back to the front, capitalized on other people's mistakes and mishaps in order to win this race. He was one of the few drivers, yeah, he made a mistake on pit road there with that miscommunication he talked about. But aside from that, he made the fewest mistakes tonight, and that allowed him to go to victory lane.
And that he absolutely did. Well, short track racing, sometimes it brings out the tempers, brings out the contact. We'll take a week off, let drivers relax, recuperate, spend some time with their families, and then we're going to get right back to it in North Wilkes-Barre, March 18th, right here on V-Speed, same time, same place. You're not going to want to miss that one. We're going to set up a stretch of Talladega, Eldora, Bristol, and Milwaukee the next few after that, so make sure that every single one of you are right here for that one. If you haven't already, take an opportunity to like the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification icon so you miss a moment of the great racing action that we have right here on V-Speed. For Gavin Grubbs, Dougie Beard, our camera creator, everyone else who makes V-Speed possible, Adam, Bradley, Eddie, Logan, and everyone else behind the scenes, all the other commentators and producers. I've been Morgan Cook. Have a great evening. See you next time, right here on V-Speed.